What's up, guys? Marc Mendez here, the real estate coach. Back with another episode of Everyday People. For this episode, we have a very good friend of mine on, Brittany Coppage, who recently went through a transition, working in the title industry, real estate, but shifting the role from an escrow officer to now on the marketing side. So we're going to talk to her. She has two beautiful little girls, and I do want to talk about her kind of life as a mother, because as everyday people, I know there's a lot of single mothers out there that are grinding and making it for their little ones. So let's get Brittany on the line and let's have a good conversation.
Well, hello.
Well, hello, Miss Brittany Coppage. Just a full government name.
Is this Everyday People that I'm on right now?
You are on an episode of Everyday People. Do you consider yourself an everyday person?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a person every day.
Wow. That was deep. Very deep. I love how we're starting the show already. So I kind of introduced you, Brittany, as a very good friend of mine who I met early in the industry. You used to be my escrow officer, no longer my escrow officer. Broken heart signal going on the camera now. But you transitioned to the marketing side. So a couple things I want to talk about. How's the transition gone? What led to that kind of leap of faith or that decision to do that? And then I definitely want to talk about your role as a single mom. And I know you got two beautiful little girls. And yeah, because there's everyday people out there, everyday women that are out there grinding to provide and be a great mother and have to work and hustle and do all that stuff. So that's kind of where I want to go with this conversation. So let me know how this transition in the marketing and leaving escrow is going for you.
It's going really great. It's pretty much second nature for me. I've been in title for 6 years, and 3 of those years I was an escrow officer. So during that time, I worked really closely with the marketing executives that worked at the company. So I kind of understood their role and they understood mine. And so it was nice to just transition seamlessly into that because I had already been around them working hand in hand every single day. So it's been an easy transition for sure. And it's been like a welcome transition because my day is just so much more broken up. It's a lot more exciting now, and I get to meet a lot more people. And my favorite part about getting to know more people is just hearing their stories, which I know you like as well. So yeah. I've just learned so many things about even my clients that I considered, to be friends like you. I've learned so much about you just talking day to day our experiences, and it helps me grow too as a person. So this transition's been super easy for me.
And that's why I titled this show Everyday People, and that's why I try to get it out, because there's somebody's story out there that we can learn from. I know we've cried on the phone, just to be transparent. I'm really trying to be more transparent with my stories. Everyone thinks I got like this perfect life and everything's just hunky-dory. And, there's people that I confide in. And, I have valleys just like everybody else. And I really appreciate you being a friend for that. Talk to somebody out there that
so
is...
many times.
Well, hey, calm down. You cried, not me. I didn't cry that many times.
No, I said I cried.
Okay.
I cried. You would never cry. No,
no, I do cry.
No.
I'm not like that. Men should be able to admit that they cry. That's a whole nother topic. But let me ask you this. Someone out there that's maybe, and I don't want to cause no controversy or nothing, but maybe frustrated in their position or no longer happy, or maybe have kind of gone through a season in their life of a job or a career, still like the field, but are maybe scared to take that leap. What really encouraged you, or maybe what was your final straw, or what was it that really made you say, you know what, I'm not doing this no more, I'm gonna change it up?
I think as time progressed, originally when I got into title, I loved it, and I still do love it. I just wanted to transition my role. After someone works in the industry, any industry really, but if you're doing the same thing for so long, sometimes you feel like, okay, I've kind of reached the peak here. I feel like I've mastered all of this. I would love to use my experience doing this to go master something else, to go learn something else. So for me, it was like my light had gone out. But at the same time, I knew I had all this experience in this industry. So what was going to light my fire again that I could, just transition seamlessly and still use my knowledge to help people? So it was kind of like I had no choice. Like I was at the point where I was like, just not happy doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think it was just the combination of the timing in my life, maybe the stressors that were happening at that time. But, it was what do you call it? Like a beautiful disaster, if you will. But obviously you go through things like that. You go through lulls in your career, and sometimes you do have to change it up. You're the master at doing that. Like you went from one to the next and you did it so seamlessly because you did incorporate some of the obviously experience you already had being a teacher, right?
Right.
So that was an easy transition for you. I mean, not easy. Of course, you worked hard at it, but it was more of a comfortable transition for you.
I really like that. What you said, beautiful disaster. That I've never heard that, and I might have to put that on the T-shirt and take credit for it. So just so you know. But I think oftentimes we as people, we will stay in something, or we will feel like, okay, I don't want to do this no more, so let me completely change it up, right? And I think it's important to learn from the life skills or the seasons you've been through your life. For you, it was 6 years actually doing escrow, but saying, you know what, now I'm just going to take my talent or the things that I've learned and just apply it in a different way that can bring the happiness, can bring the fire, the energy back, because people oftentimes, like, if they're transitioning, it's like they completely leave a field, there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you find a new passion, great, but it's okay to use skills that you learned and just apply it to another area. One of the things I like about you, today I was talking to you about some title stuff, and I know you're not an escrow officer no more, but I was like, listen, Brittany, I need some help because X title company over here is not getting it done. So let's talk about these kids. What is it like being a single mother of 2 young, beautiful daughters, super energetic? JJ is crazy, and I mean that in a good way. That's my homie. JJ is my homie.
JJ is cray cray.
JJ is cray cray. She's grown. Like sometimes I think she might shank me with a knife one day. You know what I'm saying? Like she. You're laughing because it's true. So tell me.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Like she will do it with a straight face too, Elliot. Like she don't play. What is it like being a professional, being a woman in this profession, having to raise 2 daughters? What toll does that take on you? What benefits you get out of that? When it's hard, what do you do for encouragement? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, being in this industry, obviously, in any facet, you have to work long hours. Sometimes you have to work on weekends, depending on what you're doing. And so that doesn't really leave a lot of room for work-life balance. So it is hard juggling, career, trying to go up the ladder there, and then also juggling 2 small children, by myself without any, co-parent, if you will, because me and my ex, we split time. So I'm 100% there for them when I can be. And I just find because my time is so valuable that I think I focus more on the kids when I'm with them. And we have a really close relationship because I do value time over anything. It's like my number one. It's the number one thing, you lose it, there's no way to hold on to it. So you have to prioritize your time, especially being in this industry. If you have deadlines coming up, you have to meet those deadlines. And it's important to just, schedule your time. I think just by doing a schedule, I try to do my schedule a week in advance. So that way I know, especially when I have my kids, okay, I can be home by 5 and, have to cook dinner and do all that. I just think it's really hard for single moms out there that don't really have maybe any extended family living in the town, the city that they work in. And so I applaud single parents, single moms, single dads, all of that. It's a hard job. It's not
shout out to single dads out there. Single dads do exist,
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They exist, yes.
I think you talked about value of time, and I just did a montage about adding value to people's lives. How does that work with you when you have to cut people out that either don't value your time or are not worth your time, so to speak? How do you handle that and manage that?
Yeah, I feel like I used to get really angry. Like I definitely would get angry about people, whether they kind of wasted my time, especially in business. I just don't think none of us want to be used like that, especially when we're
Right.
like losing money, you know? And even in personal relationships, I mean, this goes both ways. If someone's not valuing you, then it's time to walk away. I think I've learned this year since I turned well, I'll just say my last since my last birthday. So I can stop there. But
Since my last
since my last
birthday.
birthday,
I'm gonna
I
have
would say
Elliot
this
run a
year,
banner on the bottom of how old you turned. That's what I'm gonna have him do.
since my last birthday, I think I kind of like a light bulb went off, and I was
Hmm.
like, wow, I need to respect myself a little bit more. I
Hmm.
have like zero self-respect. Like I need to respect myself, and then other people will follow suit. And it
Mm.
really has changed my life. It really has. I decided I'm not going to have anybody waste my time anymore because,
Hmm.
like I said, I realized time is super valuable. I think
I,
you realize that the older you get and the older your kids get, and the further you get into your career. Sometimes
yeah.
your career can drag you one way, right? So
Uh,
you have to value your time.
I think that's very important. Something, the lesson I'm still trying to learn is value, and don't
Mhm.
let people waste your time. And if people are not adding value to your life, and it's tough because there's people that will add value to your life, but because they are adding just enough, but you also know sometimes it's not right or it's not going to end up going where it should go, we stick around and we accept that because it's comfortable, it makes me happy, it makes you happy. I'm over here talking to myself now. I just told on myself, but and I think that's just
No, it's
important for
true.
people. So, well,
And always take the high road. I mean, don't just because other people go low, don't go low. Like always
okay,
take the high road.
okay, Michelle Obama. You know
That is so Michelle. I didn't even
that?
realize.
Yeah, she you just stole you just quote from Michelle Obama. Okay, I see.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty much, but it's been my mantra, especially dealing with people that, have weighed on me in the
Yeah.
past, definitely just always, do the right thing. I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. And then that energy will come back to you because you do attract the energy that you give out.
I think it's
So, and I've
important
realized
that
that.
even when people are not meant to be in your life anymore and their season is over in your life, um,
Hmm.
to end things amicably, if I said that right, end things on a
Yeah,
good note, and
there you go.
and just thank them for their time in your life, and just say, hey, thanks for the memories. Didn't work out. Our friendship, our
Hmm.
relationship, our business relationship is over. It was good while it lasted.
Right.
I respect you. I hope you respect me, and good luck. And that's okay. Like that happens in
It is
life.
okay. It
Yeah.
is. And I think it's okay to miss certain things. Like there's people that maybe I've worked with in the past and I don't now, or relationships. There's sometimes where I do miss those things, and
Hmm.
it's okay. You know what I mean? Don't beat yourself up for that either. But it once you have gotten to that place where they're no longer adding value to you and they're kind of draining you, you need to definitely separate yourself as much as you can.
Yeah.
Some people are always going to be in your life and you just have to deal with them. But it's definitely important to just prioritize, your like your value and your self worth because if you don't value it, nobody else is, and
Absolutely.
they're going to follow suit. So it's always important to just be your advocate.
I feel like we're in our office just talking, but you're on the show and it's going to go out to the people. But this is conversations me and you have often as, you're one of the good friends that I can lean on when times get tough for me. But last thing before we wrap up, what would you like people to know, remember you by, or think of when they think about Brittany Coppage?
I just want them to feel like I am somebody that adds value to them, whether that's in my career. I love teaching people about our industry,
Hmm.
especially new agents that kind of come in blind. Like it's one of my passions to teach others.
Hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why I moved into this role. And just that I was a good person and I'm not phony. You know what I mean? Like I am who I am and I believe what I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm a strong person. No one's going to deter me from that.
You're a very strong little firecracker. You're about 5 foot nothing. Um, you're
Yeah,
actually
I am a
about the same
firecracker.
height as one of my other guests on the show. Sorry, Ryan. I had to take that jab. My bad.
Wow.
Yeah. But Britt, my good
Sorry,
friend,
Ryan.
my confidant, you good people to me. I want to appreciate you for coming on, sharing a little bit about your story, and just make sure you take
Absolutely.
anything you want to say before we end it.
No, I just want to say thank you so much for thinking of me. And, I really feel like I'm an everyday person now.
Yeah. Well, you said you're a person every day, so you match the criteria of the show.
But I'm
All
going to
right,
break out
Britt.
into the song now.
I will be talking
Okay.
to you soon. Thank you so much.
All
I
right.
love you, girl, and we'll be talking.
All right. Love you. Bye.
All right, bye bye. All right, guys, that was another episode of Everyday People with Brittany Coppage, who is now marketing executive for Old Republic Title. One of my very good friends that I met in the industry when I got in here. Great person, great single mother that works hard every day and every week and is raising two beautiful young ladies. So thanks for tuning in. This is the Real Estate Coach. Please remember, your gift plus your why equals your purpose.